Hi guys, it's me Joni with Big Tiny Dreams, being festive with my ugly elf hat that I got for I think a quarter on clearance back a couple of years ago. Anyway, disregard any mess. I'm trying to hide any kitchen mess. I was up at the hospital last night with my daughter who was sick and she was severely dehydrated. She's better today, but I have to cook something. So I'm like, it's a new recipe I'm trying. I think I got off Pinterest or Facebook. I can't remember where, but I'll share it with you guys. I don't even remember what it's called, so I'm gonna have to stop, look it up on my phone, and tell you guys. And then I'll show y'all. I thought I'd share the recipe with you guys. Anyway, I'll get right back with you. Okay, I looked on my phone. It is on Pinterest. I found the recipe: chicken with mushrooms and spinach and creamy Parmesan sauce. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I got my called for 4 chicken breasts. Fall out, of course. I had frozen chicken breasts, but I cut them in like smaller pieces. You'll see here in a minute, and then I cut them, in half, as far as lengthwise, however you want to call it. Anyway, I wanted them thinner so they blah blah. I wanted them thinner so they would cook quicker. So anyway, I'm going to get my pan out and I think some olive oil. I didn't get all the ingredients out to show you guys. I probably ought to do that and get a picture. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, these are some of the main ingredients, but just add chicken in there somewhere. Parmesan, fresh spinach, mushrooms, heavy cream, garlic. I don't know if it calls for garlic, but I'll put garlic in it anyway. Okay. My chicken, see, it's still leaking juice. I got to pat it dry. I don't know if I got enough paper towels to dry that, but I'm going to turn this on. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I got to use that to start my stove because it's not wanting to. There we go. The joys of gas stoves. One of these days I'm going to have an induction cooktop, maybe in my tiny home. Okay. I need a tablespoon of olive oil. Gonna let that heat up while I try to dry off this chicken without making more of a mess. I'm going to put my rooster down. There's more oil in that. Let me get some paper towels. I've already seasoned it. It said season with salt and pepper and paprika. I haven't put paprika on it yet, but I will. This will probably take all the salt and pepper off. I don't know. But, geez, I need to get that, I think it's air chilled chicken or something. I've heard someone say that, well, I hope I just didn't contaminate that. I heard someone say they don't put all that solution in it. I mean, as I said, my daughter was sick all day and we were at the hospital and she was all dehydrated. So I don't want any sickness going around. So let me get some paprika and I'll get back with you guys. Okay, it says a half teaspoon of paprika. I got my trusty Walmart brand paprika. I'm just going to put it in here and then sprinkle it. Hopefully I have enough room. I tried to get my bigger skillet, but it may not be big enough. As I said, the salt and pepper probably just wiped right off with me drying it with a paper towel. The skillet does not seem hot enough right now, but I'm sure it will be here in a minute. So, let me get that in there. I feel like I have to wash my hands 50 times because I do not want to contaminate at all. I even turned the faucet on with my wrist because I don't have one of those automatic ones. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to do that separately. Make sure I have enough room. Let me wash my hands. I'm going to sprinkle a little pepper. I think I had enough salt on it. The pepper's not wanting to come out much. I like pepper. And a little paprika. Paprika, from what I understand, is basically red pepper. It's supposed to be Italian, so I think anyway. So I just cook it a few minutes on one side, flip it, cook it a few more minutes. So I'm going to grab a plate so that when this is done cooking enough, I can do that. Real quick, I thought I'd show you how I slice my mushrooms. See, it's got this thing in it. I just do that. I'm doing this one-handed now. Of course, it's mushrooms. They're soft. Yeah, see? But the next one will push it through. I love this. It's sticking a little. There we go. See, it went down in there. And I'll show you how it looks here in a minute. Okay, I'm going to flip these and put some more pepper and paprika on them. See all that water's still coming out. My goodness. And I patted them dry. Maybe I didn't do it good enough. It's going to be more like poached chicken. Now, I heard Costco has the kind that's air chilled. I think that's what it's called. And you don't have all this water in them. So you're not paying for all that water. So, but I don't have money for that right now. So we're doing this the other way. Let me put, see, there's still a little pepper on them. Let me just lean that there. Put a little more pepper and some paprika. And I got a little bit of salt in my salt chamber. I got pink Himalayan salt. Okay, when that's done, I'll take those out, put these in, and show you what we do next. And I'm going to be chopping the mushrooms while I do this. Now, the whole point of this was to brown it. Maybe I should let the oil get a little hotter first. Y'all, I'm still learning. I've never claimed to be the best cook. I just try. But still, part of it is the water in this. Because I see more water than I see oil in here. As I said, that kind of aggravates me. Because then it poaches it and doesn't get the nice brown on it. But whatever. It's going to be what it's going to be. And hopefully it's going to be good. I don't want to set that in the chicken juice. I'll just set that right there and we'll be back. Okay. I think these can go on the plate now. I don't want to overcook them. They're not browned, but they're cooked. So that's gonna have to be it. I kind of like smaller pieces of chicken like this as opposed to doing a whole breast. It just makes it easier for me anyway, to put into several meals. Not put in several meals, but I mean, you know, when I freeze them. Okay, let's try putting this other chicken down. Yeah, apparently it's not dry enough, but you know what? Hopefully it still tastes good. There's a little piece there. Let me go wash my hands and I'll be back. These don't look like they're browning much either, but you know what? As I said, it's supposed to do 5 to 6 minutes each side. Look, this stove is not even. It doesn't cook even. I don't know if y'all saw the oil loss slid to one side. It's browning slightly. I might put these back in and see if they'll brown just a little. Maybe turn the heat up just a little. I want them a little bit brown. I don't want them tough, but once we do the sauce, it should be better. Just want to brown them a little bit. Ah! All right. I didn't tell y'all. It called for 4 chicken breasts. I used 3 because they were really big and just cut them up. So this looks about as brown as it's going to get. So I'm going to take these out because they're going to cook a little longer in the sauce. So let me put all that over there. Looks good enough. Don't want to overcook them because I'm bad about that. Just like my daughter getting sick. I'm like, oh no, I'm going to get people sick and I don't want to do that. So maybe I'll cook them really long and nobody will get sick. And then I cook them really long and nobody can chew it. So you ain't got to worry about them getting sick because they can't chew it anyway. Okay, now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. I don't know, that look about like two tablespoons, y'all. It looks like that to me. Okay, let me turn the heat down on this. And let me get my... Okay, I'm just going to leave the little chicken bits in there. I've got roughly 3 cloves of garlic is what it called for, but I'm going to say I might have done a little bit more because in my world, when it calls for 3 cloves of garlic, that means 5 or 10. Okay, I didn't do that much, but y'all get the gist of it. I probably ought to get those little pieces out, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. So we're going to get the garlic fragranty, and then we're going to add, it calls for, I think it was 2 cups of chopped mushrooms. I got a little thing that came in this size of mushrooms. I want to say 8 ounces or so, I don't know. But when you chop them, it looks about like, 2 cups. Oh my gosh, that garlic and butter smells so good. By the way, I am using Kerrygold butter. I try to get it when I can afford to. They had it on sale at Sam's Club last month. Okay, I don't want to burn all that, so now I'm going to add the mushrooms I chopped up. That saved me a lot of work just using this trusty little machine. So, going to saute these for a little bit. And then we're going to add my bag of spinach. Now, I don't recall how much spinach it said to add. I'll have to take a peek again. But I just bought a bag of it, and I'm like, well, if it's a lot of spinach, it cooks down really small anyway, so I'm not really worried about it. So we'll cook these a little bit and then get the spinach going, and I'll be back with you. Okay, it doesn't really say to do this. Let me adjust my camera. But I'm going to sprinkle a little salt on these. That may or may not be the right thing to do, but just a pinch. And once that browns up, I'm going to, I say brown, I don't mean like dark brown, but cooks up pretty good. I'm going to add the spinach. It said 2 cups or 3 cups. I just have a bag, so I'm not going to measure it. There. I'll be back. Okay, the mushrooms are starting to look good. I'm going to let them cook just a wee bit longer, and then we're going to add the spinach. Sometimes these meals seem so complicated and make you like, I don't want to go through all that to cook dinner. But once you start them, you're like, that's really kind of simple, especially when you use things like I do to just chop up your mushrooms. Of course, you can buy mushrooms already chopped, but I think these were cheaper is why I got them, and they looked fresher than the already chopped ones. So, now my Parmesan cheese, I thought about buying a wedge, but it was way more expensive than the already grated, so I went the cheap way out. But you know what? In these days and times, you do what you got to do. As I say, I tried to eat healthier. It ain't always going to be the best option, but I feel it's pretty good considering, Anyway. Oh, snap. I'm making a mess. I'll be back. And I am back. Okay. The mushrooms have, what's the word for it? Cooked down quite a bit. And it smells so good with all the garlic and all. So it called for 3 cups of fresh spinach. I got a 10-ounce bag. And yeah, I didn't get the organic. I thought about it. But as I said, I'm on a tight budget. So it's better than nothing good for you at all. So, and this may seem like a lot, but it's going to cook down where you're going to wonder where the spinach is. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should time-lapse this. Not time-lapse. Speed it up and let you see how it cooks down. I could speed this part up. And then you'll be like, wait, I thought you put spinach in there. Okay, here we go. I was going to unpause it. Looks like it's still recording. Okay. See, that didn't take long. I'm going to give it just another, 30 seconds or so. In the meantime, I'm going to get my Parmesan cheese. It calls for half a cup of Parmesan cheese. I'm going to go ahead and measure that out. Anyway, it calls for half a cup of chicken broth, but I poured 1 cup. So guess what? We're going to do the whole cup and hope that it turns out all right. So it says to get all the brown bits off. I think the mushrooms and spinach already did that with the moisture from it. So I'm just going to let this simmer a little bit. Then it wants me to add, so I'm going to do 1 cup of heavy cream. Pour that in ever so gently. I don't know if it's going to turn out right since I used a whole cup of broth and I was only supposed to use half a cup, but I got a garlic pill on the bottom of it. Hopefully it still will be good. It says to put a dash of red pepper flakes in it, but I don't know if I want mine spicy. With all the tummy troubles we've had. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a little bit. Now, this is my cute measuring cup set I got from Costco a while back. This is a half a cup of Parmesan. I might need to add a little more since I added more broth. We'll see. And then I put the chicken back in and let it simmer. And then I'll cook some pasta in my Instapot and we'll put it over some pasta. I'm not sure what kind I'm going to use. I'll have to look in the pantry and see what I got. Let me add just a little more cheese since I ended up putting more broth in it than I was supposed to. I'll just do a little like that. That should be good. Then I'll put the chicken in and cover it and let it just simmer for a little bit. Let all the flavors get in with the chicken. I'm going to, I think that's mixing enough, melting enough, all that kind of good stuff. I'm going to add the, don't get in the fire. I'm going to add the chicken breast in here, put it down like that. Ah! See why Food Network isn't calling me? If so, it fell on the stove. It'll be okay. I just cleaned my stove before I started cooking. Then I'll need to clean it again. But oh well. Nobody's perfect, especially me. But see, you can be imperfect and still make a decent meal. And I'm going to turn it on simmer. I believe the chicken's done already, but just want all them flavors and all to get in there. Make it extra tasty. And I need to go sanitize my counter because all the chicken juice that went all over off of my cutting board. Okay, I'm going to turn it down, put a lid on it. And I'll be back. Well, guys, so much for that. No pasta for me tonight. I just opened the bag and it had like some kind of weevils, whatever you call those things, or pantry moths. That's what it was, I think. I'm like, dang it, I didn't even use it yet. So, looks like I'm thawing out my cooked rice and we're going to have it on rice. Hopefully it tastes just as good. I'm sure it will. We'll find out. See you in a bit. Okay, this is my frozen rice that I cooked a while back. And I just popped it out in this Pyrex dish, microwaved it. Look how nice and fluffy that is. That's so much cheaper than buying those little packets of pre-cooked rice. So you just cook a whole bunch, freeze them up, take out what you need. This was in, I'll show you the size of the container it was in. All that right there came from a container this size. And I believe it is, what does it say? This is 2 cups. But of course I pack it in there really good. So it could actually be a little more. But yeah, I'm just going to have my dinner over that. Okay, I got my rice there. And my chicken there, I'm just going to spoon this up. Now, it's not real thick and creamy, I know, because I accidentally did a cup of chicken broth instead of a half cup. But you know what? I got all that rice in there, so I think it'll be just fine. I'll take a little bit more, and I'll let y'all know how it tastes. Okay, guys, I got it's dripping, a bite with chicken, and I left my cabinet open. Yeah, you see my dishes. Chicken, mushroom, and spinach. Really hot, so. Mmm. That's really good. You know? I always do that. I get a mouthful of food and can't hardly talk. But if I didn't add all that broth, I imagine it would be creamier if you like that. I like it just the way it is. And over rice, all that brothiness is going to get in the rice and be good anyway. So, yeah, you do you. If you want to try this, you can, I'll put the recipe in the link, and you could do it how you want. You could actually follow the recipe. Unlike me, who does her own thing. But it is really good. It's got a nice earthy flavor. And that Parmesan was really good with the cream and all. As I said, I might should have done the less broth, but you know what? It's all good for me. If you want creamier, do the less. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it. And I'll see you back at the next video. You guys take care. You guys be blessed. Have happy holidays, unless this posts after the holidays. Yeah. If this video posts after that, I hope y'all did have a wonderful, spectacular holiday. Merry Christmas. Whatever you do. Love you guys. You guys be blessed. Bye.